UK internet. We have, like, the best internet in this area, by the way. I just really... I need you to know that. Yeah, no, my OBS disk, the internet, like, died for, like, 5 milliseconds. It's a relatively common issue with my internet. Like, it's completely fine, but every now and then, it'll just fucking not work for, like, a minute. Which, obviously, when streaming, that's still pretty bad. Because some people are just impatient, they'll just immediately leave and just fuck my stats, you know what I mean? I don't really want to say if I have 5G, because I don't know what areas in Wales have 5G, and if it's a lot of them, and I just say... Or vice versa, if I just, like, you know... Like, I could be setting myself up to get, like, pseudo-doc, so I don't really want to, like... There's a time save in SCDA floating block, but I'm not doing it because it's bad. Is the title, something along those lines. And bad it is, let me tell you. Sky seems to really enjoy, like, tinkering with it. I'm just gonna let Sky figure out all the fucking kinks, and then maybe I'll give it a go once it's as easy as possible. Because it is really bad. It is really, really bad. So I just want to reduce the grind, like, as little as possible. So if I just wait until Sky finds, like, good setups, then, you know... Yeah, Shower Xbox is, like, not... It's not, like, super rare, but it's... You're not gonna see it in, like, every CEX. I think Shower is pretty expensive in America. I think it's cheaper in the UK. And what's funny is that I have Shaw GameCube. I got it for, like, £12 or something back in the day. It actually goes for quite a lot now. Well, I have yet to see Shaw GameCube, in CEX, put it like that. I think now it goes for, like, 30, 40, like... I think it's pretty rare. I don't even think it's a good version of the game either, so I don't really think, like, it's very sought after. I'm really glad, like, Futurama in America is, like, $200, but in the UK it's, like, 20-something quid. Which I have no idea why it's so cheap. But, I mean, obviously I'll take it, but it's just, like, weird. Did they just sell, like, no copies in America? Like, what's going on? I wonder if Futurama's revival is gonna make the game good, because it's like, oh, well, this is, like, the only Futurama game, so, like, I want to play it, you know? I wonder if, like, the new series is, gonna, like, make the prices of the games go up even more. Double Dash is expensive. I have Double Dash, but it's a reprinted cover and, like, a fake case, no manual. The disc is obviously real, but... Alright, well, that helps a little bit. This run is pretty bad, but I can still make it work, so don't think the run is, like, dead or anything. I can make this work. Is it really? That didn't last long. I've heard pretty mixed things about, like, the new Futurama season. I keep hearing, like, This episode was really good. Next week. Wow, this episode fucking sucked. Next week. I don't really know how to feel about this episode. Next week. Wow, this episode's really good. It seems like a pretty mixed bag. And also, it really didn't need to continue because, like, it already ended, like, pretty well in season, I think it was 6. They had, like, a really good ending that, like, wrapped everything up together, but now they just keep fucking going. Well, Futurama is a very weird show now. I wonder how long it'll last until it ends again. South Park. Well, South Park is still going. It just, yeah, we're waiting for specials right now. I don't know when they're coming out. But it is a weird time to be a South Park fan. It's a weird time to be a South Park fan because it's actually just like... You just get so little content, like, all the fucking time. Until the specials finally come out. Yeah, I kind of had the same thoughts. Like, I quite like the specials, but... I think, like, the COVID one, I think that one's amazing. I really, really love the COVID one. I was kind of getting you know, because I had binged every season of South Park, like, back to back to back to back to back, with very few breaks in between. I was getting bored of it. But, like, honestly, I was expecting to be bored with, like, the special. Especially because it was about fucking COVID. I couldn't be bothered to deal with COVID. But, like, I watched it, and it was actually, like, really fucking good. Yeah, he saved the world and he gets a bad ending, but to be fair, he still kind of deserves the bad ending, but you don't really want him to have the bad ending. That's kind of funny. They are kind of weird. I'm not really, like, in the fandom, as it were. I literally just, like... I just watched all the fucking seasons, and then that's just kind of, you know... There have been, like, I've seen some South Park fans just, like... It's really hard to describe, but, like, they'll have, like, profile pictures and stuff, like, of South Park characters, and, like, they'll just draw... I mean, some of the characters are drawn sexually. But even beyond that, like... I remember this one that kind of blew up, where, like... They criticized some show for being like, oh, you, like... Oh, you know... I can't believe they talked about this and this, but it's like... But then people are like, bro, South Park, like... You have a South Park profile picture, South Park, like, is way worse than these shows, and then they're like, oh yeah, TBH, I haven't watched South Park. Like, so, some of them are literally just, like, I remember that blew up. Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily toxic, but yeah, weird, yeah. Tweaking Craig thing was, like, really weird. But they made a pretty good episode out of it, I feel like. Oh, dude, fuck off. I, like, never practice this. But I actually practiced it today on accident. Like, I accidentally warped here in practice, and I was just like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna do it then, and I actually got it. That makes it feel even worse I missed that. That just makes it feel, like, unfair. Because, like, the one time I actually practiced it, like, it's just... Ugh. Oh my god, I never make that mistake. This run's abysmal. I mean, it was already abysmal, but now it's, like, extra atrocious, horrible, abysmal, like, any random words you can throw at it. Wow, okay, So, how is it possible to get significantly better guess jumps twice than it is to get fucking 3 meter when the trick is objectively twice as easy? In South Park Fractured But Whole, like, there's, like, tweaking crate, like, they're actually, like, important to the story and, like, and shit like that. And there's a quest. I forget which one, but one of their dads, like, wants you to, like, find all of, like, the yaoi of them across South Park and, like, bring it back to him and he'll reward you with, like, XP. And some items, I think. And there's, like, a shit ton of them, of those drawings around South Park. Oh my god, this run is so fucking dead, I didn't even realize. Actually, okay, well... If I play, like, amazing, then I can maybe do something about this. Wouldn't exactly count on it, though.
Slipping! Coming through!
You know what, actually, I hate to admit it, but you know what actually got me into South Park? TikToks. Like, I found a couple funny moments. Specifically, like, the one that really made me want to watch the show was when Kyle's cousin Kyle came to visit, and Carmen tried so hard not to fucking rip on him for being Jewish. And then he couldn't help himself, and then in the classroom he made a concentration camp joke. And, like, when I saw that, I sent it to my brother, and I was like, dude, this show's actually, like, this show's pretty funny. Maybe I should actually get into it. Yeah, Subway Surfers and, like, some other ones. We, like, run into, like, points to get points, and you have to avoid, like, the bad, you know, like, the red, because they, like, deduct points, you know, like, those types of games. Or, like, the knife game, as well. You can't retract my dick in your mum. Ooh, got him, got him. Anyway, yeah, like, I tried the spike boost for, like... Before Sky looked at it, to be fair, but I tried it for, like, 20-30 minutes. I couldn't get it once. I didn't even touch the fucking... Well, I touched the spikes, but I didn't even get put in the direction that I was... you know, the intentional direction. Like, there's just no chance. No. Okay, thank you. I think I fucked myself. I think I have to slam again. Do I? Yep. Fuck off, man. This run is so fucking dead. Yeah, also in South Park, everybody gets made fun of for everything ever, so it's like, you know. God, I need to actually play out of my fucking. If I miss this 2 frame, actually it's a 1 frame. If I miss this 1 frame, then I'm instantly resetting because then there's not even a theoretical possibility. Nope. Glad I wasted my time. Well, the run, as far as I'm concerned, was pretty much dead since BBBH. Like, it could have continued, but, like, 99% of runs will just die to SCDA, Guest 2, Planktopolis. So that run, I honestly probably shouldn't be continuing runs like that, so that, as far as I'm concerned, the run pretty much died in BBBH. Because it would take so much to bring it back that I'm clearly, like, not capable of fucking doing. That it's just not worth it. And even if those runs finished, I wouldn't be satisfied with them because of how bad they were at one point in the run, you know? So I'd still have to force myself to keep going anyway. Well, what I'm honestly looking at now, possibly, is potentially a 40. I think I want a 40, but I can't even get 41 1x, so I don't know about that. But I've been on quite a lot of paces into Plank with, like, you know, 41, like, 10 pace, or whatever, and that was before the time save in SCDA. So I feel like I can get a 40. I mean, I was on a perfect run before. Like, 5 seconds off the sum of best or something going into Guest 2. It's like a fucking perfect run. But, I mean, obviously you can imagine what it died to.
Cleanliness is next to managerliness. This is a job for...
Yeah, I think circumcision's like a pretty common thing in the US. I see. Well, hopefully you don't hate the idea of that. I mean, I've been playing through Platinum, like, it's a good game, like... I got pissed off yesterday, though. Like, my dad, like, asked me to, like, grab something because I had, like, some gel shit, so he wanted it, and then, like, the way that I, like, stood off my bed... Like, I accidentally, like, touched the 3DS, and it fucking crashed the game, and I lost, like, fucking, like, 40 minutes of progress or something. I did, obviously, I made it back on the same day, but, yeah, it was pretty annoying.
Ouch. Go or something. Bring him to.
Honestly, I could not remember any times in school where I saw women asking for, like, if you're circumcised or not. If they ask you if you're circumcised, just say, how fat is your pussy? And then they will shut up.
SpongeBob.
Yeah. You could argue, like, it's really weird how common it is, because, like, the kids didn't ever say it. It just got done. But at the same time, it's like, if you can get it removed, like, at any time, I think, but then you have to go through, like, a whole, like, operation thing, I think, and I think it takes a while to recover, so not worth it, basically. But yeah, I mean, I guess, like, the whole thing is, like, pretty weird in general, because it's literally just, like... Well, I mean, it's just, like, a weird thing, isn't it? Especially because, like, it's traditional in, like, a religion, and some people just get it done regardless. I'm surprised I didn't bonk just then. I was like really close to invisible walls. This is a pretty bad sandwich driving. I might just reset, I'm not sure. I mean, I need to see what time I get when I touch the finish line.
It's going up. There's the edge of town.
I can't continue that, dude. That was about to be like a 246. That's like so slow. That would be like if I did the old setup and got it like perfect. Like that, I can't accept that. I might play a hack later potentially. I'll think about it.
Welcome. Never fear, good citizens of Bikini
Because
Bottom.
this category is bad. Since coming back to this category, as of like a month ago or something, I've increased my attempt count by fucking like 800. It's disposable vapes.
Not manager. Manager coming through. Manager coming through.
This is in the UK. We're banning disposables because they're really bad for the environment and they're fucking stupid. As well, because they're disposable, it's easier for kids to, like, get into it and then kind of, like, hide the evidence from the parents that they've been, like, vaping or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah. I think vapes in themselves are fine. Like, let me be very clear. Actually, they're fine in the very specific scenario that somebody went from smoking to vaping, and then and if the vape didn't exist, then they would still be smoking to this day. But instead, they are vaping to this day. Like that. That is still that is still good, because while, like, would you rather them be smoking cigarettes? Like, you know what I mean? Would you rather them get cancer? And the cost more too. So would you rather, like, the family be poorer because the dad's buying more cigarettes and also is gonna get cancer, and then get the kids into, like, secondhand smoking and shit?
SpongeBob.
Well, to be fair, you can get addicted to weed, but I mean, I get what you're saying, because it has, like, literally, like, no benefits outside of, like, well, vaping without nicotine in it is, like, the gayest thing ever, because, like, you're literally just doing it for no reason. Like, smoking makes you, like, because of the nicotine, smoking and vaping with nicotine makes you feel better, at least there's some, like, reasonability to it to some extent, but literally, like, vaping with no nicotine is, like, the most pointless waste of money that you could possibly, like, I can't think of, I can't really think of a bigger waste of money, honestly. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, like, vaping, I think already with, like, the short-term like, the short-term, effects so far of vaping, it seems like it does seem to do something to your lungs. I think, even though it's better than smoking, I still think it's, like, mini-smoking in that sense. Like, it's still bad for you. So I would say it's, like, negative overall, but at least you don't fucking smell bad, and it's not as bad as cigarettes. Like, like, that much can be argued. Like, it's clearly not as bad, and they're cheaper, because, like, you know, vapes and shit are cheaper in general than fucking, like, cigarettes in the UK have been taxed so insanely hard, like, they're actually so expensive. And the reason why is to discourage people from smoking, apparently. That's apparently the reason. I don't know at that point why we can't just ban people, from smoking, but, you know. Yeah, the problem with some, like, even things like alcohol, because you see it as, like, the adult thing, when you're younger than an adult and you do it, you're seen as cool, so you might get into it, when otherwise, if it was banned as a whole, you might just never have had the interest. That being said, if you ban certain things, people will find their way of obtaining these substances, but they will obtain them in a more harmful way, not as clean, for example. So, in that regard, do you ban them all? Or I mean, there are some countries that have... Or some... Yeah, I think there's some countries that have just unbanned, like, almost all drugs, and... Obviously, crime would go down, because now it's no longer illegal to take these substances. But people just seem to be dying less from drugs because they're safer. Because, like, you can get them from, like... You know, you can get them from cleaner sources, I guess. But again, I don't know. I don't know what the best solution is, because it's like... I don't want to do them. You know, but it's like... Well, I mean, every drug can, like, make you, like, you know, it might make you abusive, it might make you just, like, a bad person in some other way. And also, they do cost money when, you know, you could be spending your money on, like, you know, like, providing for your family. But again, it's just like, I feel like there are sides of, like, both. Okay, if weed is, like, banned, the fact that alcohol isn't is, like, kind of actually insane, because weed has, like, nearly no negative downsides, whereas alcohol can very obviously get you into a lot of issues, such as, like, fighting people, maybe you even commit a murder or something, but it also could just be drunk driving. It is, like, so... It's so much worse than weed. Like, I genuinely cannot believe that it's just, like, so common. Hell, a lot of people will probably criticize you for smoking cigarettes. You don't really get shit on for... Like, as long as you're not an alcoholic, like, nobody will really shit on you for drinking, you know what I mean? But, like, a lot of people shit on you for smoking cigarettes. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, they give you cancer, but it's like, alcohol's still not good for you, though. Like, it's still not good for you. It's better. It's definitely better, but it's still, like... You know how many accidents it's caused? And again, it's expensive, tastes bad, and gets you to do things you otherwise wouldn't. It might even get you to do something insane and make you, like, ruin your marriage or something, you know?
It's going up. There's the edge of town.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, though, Ryan. It's like... Like, that is true, but also, like... If they can get these things from clean sources... Like, for example, one thing that's also attributed to, like, drug dealing and stuff like that might be robbery, murders, and stuff like that, you know? That otherwise would not happen if you could just get these drugs from, like... clean sources, you know? Imagine you just go to fucking... Imagine you just go to Walmart, they just have cocaine there. Just fucking buy cocaine. I mean, then again, people might just go to the store and then just rob the cocaine, but, like, you get what I mean, though, like... I feel like it would potentially, like, decrease, like, violence in general, maybe. But maybe not. Maybe the only reason why certain people aren't into these things is because they just don't want to get into any legal trouble. But if they had the legal access to these substances, it could really fuck them up and, like, ruin their relationships and stuff. That's also entirely possible. If it were a situation of ban everything or unban everything, I would probably just say ban everything. I don't think it's worth probably, like, the hassle of, you know. But at the end of the day, no matter what, there's always going to be, like, some subjectivity to it. But weed is not worse than alcohol, bro. That is not... No. No. No.
Coming through.
Well, yeah, you could say that about a lot of the drugs, but again, at the bare minimum, you could help these people get it from, like, legal... from safe sources, but obviously, you know, that would get people into it who weren't originally into it in the first place, which is, like, a whole other problem. We have, like, CBD oil shit. I don't even... I don't know if you can, like, have it for, like, medical reasons. Weed, I don't know. Dunno. That being said, like... Yeah, again, I mean, I hate the smell. And, like, you know some people, like, you look at them and hear them for 0.2 seconds, and you just automatically know that they smoke weed? Like, I fucking hate those types of people. But at the end of the day, like, you cannot, like, it is, like, the least bad drug. Like, it's probably, like... It's probably on par with, like, fucking caffeine. Like, hell, it might even be better than caffeine. Like, health-wise. I feel like people are way too reliant on caffeine. It's just insane. That's, like... The fact that, like, almost everyone ever, like, the only way that they can get through the job is if they consume caffeine just goes to show that humans are literally not built to do what we're doing every day. I say we, I don't have a job, you know what I mean? Yeah, and that shit is not good for you. I'd say weed's probably better for you than a monster. Yeah, Ryan, that... My friend before was dating this girl, and she got him into, like, smoking. I think he still smokes now. I think she started smoking so she could get smoke breaks at work, and then, because they were dating, like, she got him into smoking. But they're not even together anymore. I think he still smokes. Like, bruh.
I found one.
Well, yeah, but, like, the way that, like, the way that the world is with, like, work, it'll never change. So I feel like at that point, we can't really look at changing work ethics because they're not going to change. Whereas I feel like people should probably be a little more conscious about caffeine intake. I would definitely say caffeine's worse than weed does, like, literally nothing. Like, it makes your reaction time slower, so it can make driving a little more risky, whereas caffeine could just straight up give you fucking a heart attack or something if you have too much of it. Like, it's not particularly dangerous, like, compared to, like, almost all the other drugs, like, it's not even really that bad, but obviously, like, we don't really think about it because of just how commonplace it is. It's so common that the word drug almost feels dirty to say in relation to it. Because when we think of drugs, we think, like, heroin and shit. But it is a drug, like, it is. I mean, I like, the thing is, you have to enjoy life, but what I will say is that, like, there are femboys and trans girls on Twitter who drink, like, at least one energy drink a day, and I'm telling you, they're gonna die at 40. Save yourself before it's too late. Yeah, but I was just giving a comparison. Like, that's what, like, the people that drink it, like, once a day, some people drink it more than that. Like, it's not good for you. The thing is, though, is more of a moderation thing. Like, I have an energy drink, like, once a month, maybe 2, depending on, like, what's going on. But, so, I'd say maybe I have about, like, 14 a year or something like that. I'd say, like, 14 to... Yeah, no, I'd say, like, 14 is probably a fair estimate. That, and there are people who would have 14 in the span of a week and a half to 2 weeks. So... You drink 2 a day, that is going to kill you quite quickly. You definitely do not want to... Yeah. Like, well, like, pretty much any, like, most drinks on water are just not even good for you anyway, but obviously it's a moderation thing. Oh, movie is absolutely not good for you. But although I'd say speedrunning in general is also not good for you, to be honest. Like, if you're a dedicated speedrunner, like, it's gonna cause you to do things like sit in your chair more often than you otherwise would. And get unnecessarily angry at a fucking video game and just boost your stress levels when you otherwise wouldn't have. And just, you know, going outside and actually doing something with your life. XD. Tell you what, Stash. If they still do that, they're lucky to be alive. It's more that if you do anything too much, it could be bad for you. You can be addicted to basically anything. There's definitely people who are addicted to, like, speedrunning. Or streaming. I mean, have you seen XQC? XQC streams, like, all fucking day. Like, have you seen his desk? Have you seen how dirty his desk is? He's in jail. Okay, well, yeah. Hello, Sky. Patrick, to you. What's up? We're talking about, like, drugs. I do have a lot of energy drinks, but I drink them, like, in England, I found a lot of good shit, so, and over the course of months, and I just haven't gone to some drinks. I probably have, like, 8 energy drinks or something, but obviously they're gonna be, I don't plan on buying any more unless it's, like, super rare or, like, a brand new one or whatever, you know? Well, yeah, XQC, yeah, doesn't do shit. Yeah, it can't be mentally good for him. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't stimulate himself. $2,100. I will be pretty interested to see what games are like in, like, 2050, 2060. I'll probably be like, back in my day, we had the Xbox, and then they'll be like, sure, granddad, whatever you say, bro. While they're playing the equivalent of Sword Art Online. I like how Sword Art Online predicted, like, that anime takes place in, like, 2012, I think it was. No, it was, like, no, not 2012. I think the anime aired in 2012 or something, and they were predicting what it was like in like, fucking 2022 or 20... Yeah, I think it was, like, 2022. And, yeah, no, that is not what life is like in 2022, I'll tell you that. 2. What's the second one? Gambles on stream. Also that. That also was not good for you. But yes, also, hello, Mira. How's it going? You know what, Sky? I actually forgot about that one. To be fair. I disagree. I do not like Sword Art Online. Right? And when the main character finally, like, gets out of the simulation and he's in the real world, like, that takes up, like, half the season. Even fans of Sword Art Online say that that part kind of sucks. It's, like... You know what I mean?
King me.
How did you smash... Wait, smash the Wii remote? That's unfortunate. Luckily, they're not that expensive to replace. So it should be, like, fine. XQC was something. I forgot what he did, but...
And that, my friend, is how we do things in Bikini Bottom.
Also, Sky, I'm kind of just waiting on, like, if you find anything else with, like, SCDF Flow, because the amount of hours I put into, like, Rub-a-Dub Skip, for example, I just... That gave me trauma. I can't do that shit again, so I'm just kind of waiting to, like, see if you get any more developments with it. Or if you find something else, I can just ignore that shit entirely. At least, like, temporarily. Okay, Latte, I'll try not to, bro. Thanks for stopping by. Lucky Star is, like, just kind of chill. Like, I feel like you get what it is after, like, an episode or two, so I feel like it's worth watching, like, a little bit of it. This is why we need SCDA VMS for real. God damn it. Reddit the anime? No. It's just slice of life comedy. Like, it's just like... Just cute girls do cute things. If you take seriously, like, what people on Twitter or whatever, like, say about anime, first of all, you'll be of the opinion that Dragon Ball Z is the greatest anime of all time, when it very much is not. And second, like, you'll think that a lot of, like, really good shit is just, like, bad. Like fucking Jujutsu Kaisen and shit like that. Like, I have seen people, like, unironically call that anime, like, a Reddit anime, and then, like, they literally watch, like, all of their posts and retweets are about fucking Dragon Ball, as if, like, that isn't, like, the fucking, like, worst paced fucking show in existence. Like, fuck off, bro. Like, yeah, okay. There's literally an episode where Goku spends the literal entire episode building up a spirit bomb while fucking Krillin distracts Frieza. Like, that's an entire episode of that. Like, come on, dude. And there's also, like, 500 fucking billion filler episodes. I'm not cute nor a girl. Die at iPie. Dragon Ball is obviously, like, extremely influential and has got some cool shit. Though I definitely think Kai is the best way to watch it because it cuts out all the filler. But yeah, no, it is still, like, good stuff. You gotta respect the classics and, like, what they did for, like, you know, the genre as a whole. Anime as a whole. Shows as a whole. But you know, it's not like this fucking perfect masterpiece that, like, some people on Twitter seem to think it is. K-On! Movie. I watched the K-On! Movie a long time. It was a little, like, underwhelming, but to be fair, like, there isn't that much you can really do with, like, the K-On! Girls going to fucking, like, London, I think it was. Unspecial girls. Yeah. I haven't watched that anime, but obviously I've seen a lot of memes. I'll probably watch it at some point. Dude, I'm figuring in so long. I'm like so scared of it now. Oh, dude, ugh, that's fucking disgusting. Ugh. Sometimes realistic characters can be annoying, but obviously you can also write them well. There are some that are like so fucking generic, and they got like, because obviously they're made to like look like the average person, you know, like safe colors on the shirts, like short brown or black hair, just kind of, you know, sometimes they wear glasses. But obviously, again, like you can write characters like that really well. But I feel like there's a lot of anime where like they don't do anything with it, you know? Don't throw them into any wacky scenario, but like they literally, like they're just some anime where they really are just like mega generic, and that's just like the entire point, and that sucks. Like when they don't do anything with it, and they don't use it to show how weird this world is that they live in, you know? Because that's like how you use a character properly. It can be a breath of fresh air to have like a character like that. When you help Jack off the horse.
Coming through. I don't know what this.
I like characters, generally, bro, that are, like, understandable, but, like, you can still acknowledge that they're kind of, like, shitty, but, like, you still want them to succeed in some way, because, like, everyone around them is worse. I just like shows like that in general. There's an anime called Overlord, and it's actually pretty funny. Like, a guy gets trapped in, like, a video game world or whatever, but, like, he basically, like, he's literally, like, a villain. Like, he's just a villain. Like, he's mega overpowered. He's extremely overpowered, and no one has ever come close to his power. So he just goes, he's trying to find his friends, to see if they're stuck in the game world. But, like, he's just trying to expand his land, even if he has to use force or actually just straight up kill people. He genuinely does it. It's just kind of funny to see, like, a story with, like, the villain and his, like, companions and stuff are just, like, bad people, but it's just, like, the way that they talk to each other is kind of, like, wholesome and just, like, nice. Like, they genuinely think that they're doing, like, the right thing or whatever. It's, like, this fucking bizarre. run dead. Unless I play amazing. And no, Sky, I'm not doing the fucking spike boost. Mika Kunin dish. Okay, I'm not reading all that shit. Want to transform into dogs, and they literally never do in the show. Damn. Hello, Darkside, once again. Germany with Steam Decks have been available a million times more than the UK. Had to go to reservations today. And even the reservation servers died. So Steam Decks are more than likely out of stock in UK again. I'd have to check. Maybe it's a good thing that I bought mine when I did that. I was still contemplating it a little bit, and when I bought it, I was like, is this really the right decision? But I think it was the right decision. I will go out of my way to make sure that I get my money's worth out of it. Because if I didn't do, like, anything with it, then it'd be, like, the most expensive, like, wasteful purchase I've ever made. Even with the 20% off. Shep Sky, Shep Rev. Nah, they're in stock. Maybe because they went out of stock last time in the UK, like they've made sure now that there's so many that that they're much less likely to go out of stock. Maybe that's my guess. Because, like, they went out of stock, like, in the UK originally, like, pretty fucking quickly, if you remember. You told me they were on sale, and I looked them up, it was just like, nope. Couldn't get one for, like, the whole fucking, the entirety of the summer sale. It was fucking bad. Like, I'm sure if I stayed up until, like, 4 AM, like, yeah, I probably could've, but, like... Oh, dude, did I do it again? Oh, dude, I made the literal exact same mistake again. Like, oh, okay, that's a miracle that I made that. Okay, I hardly lost anything then. I know about Moral Laurel, but I only because I watched the video about it very recently. It looks like a good show, but yeah. Thank you for the good luck. This run is like on the verge of death, though. Okay, that helps a lot, actually. So now it's mostly about Plank, and Plank is really hard. Not as hard as, like, guest jumps or whatever, obviously, but, like, it's one of the hardest segments in the run. It's, like, the second to last one. And then after all that, like, it's so easy to choke in Neptune. But if I could even get a fucking 1 second PB, I'd be kind of happy with it for now. Progress is progress, you know? Okay, instead, I'm going to lose time instead, with a mistake I never make. Let's go, boys. Different styles benefit different, you know, I feel like it kind of depends on, like, the vibe of the show and stuff like that. Nice, that was fast as fuck. Okay, this run actually has a chance. And it's not too unrealistic either.
To get to shop.
Mr. Squidward!
Plankton's. Anyone knows what this.
That'd be like crazy. Could it saves so much fucking time. That'd be like a monster frame. It'd probably be AIDS, honestly, but still, that'd be kind of cool. Because, like, we might be in a position where if you miss it, you just have to reset, potentially. That'd be cringe, but... If we had, maybe if we could, like, buffer it or something, you know? Okay, I got this in practice, so I would imagine I can get it in a run. Thank you. Yeah, no, when I watched the video, yeah, they said, like, the show got treated, like, really unfairly in that regard.
More of a man already.
So, yeah, Sag. Alright, please get this, because I asked nicely. Thank you. Save any settings. Have any settings saved. I must have not saved any settings then, because I don't remember that happening to me.
Coming through!
Whatever, that's fine. This is still OX pace, I think. Global Cox keys.
Slipping!
Alright, that has to work. No fucking way that didn't work. Claim a like gay. Alright.
Alright! All hail, Plankton! Dodge, SpongeBob, dodge!
Well, yeah, I watched a video on the show. That yeah, analysis thingy. Like a boss. Alright, well, you wasted frames, but it's fine.
Command you to kill him!
Was this the run where we talked about drugs? It might have been. This my PB, and if I don't get hit in Neptune, then I guarantee PB. Hell, I can even get hit in Neptune if it's like really fast.
Is the room spinning or is it just me?
So yeah, pretty high chance of just having PB just about drugs for a while. Lamau. Alright, this is kind of slow so far. Like, I'm still on pace to get OX. It's just, you know, I probably already lost, like, 0.6 or something, which is fine. is because this is early task unlocks.
Destroy. Unbound. That's it, SpongeBob. You got it with that.
The world record in no pause storage is 1 flat 49. But if I got a run of, like, equal amazingness in this category, it probably would be something like a 40-49. So, yeah, so there is about, ideally, like a 20-minute difference between the two. Believe it or not, though, this category actually has more sliding and driving backtracking compared to no pause storage. Because you substitute, like Sunday and Rock Slide and Knucklehead with just more Gesk. Because Gesk is so fast. So it doesn't have more sliding and driving, but it has more sliding and driving, like, you know, repetition. Which for a shorter category is pretty funny. Anyway, I should probably, like, focus a bit. I mean, this is the easiest phase, I'll probably be fine, but obviously, like... Do you remember that one run where I literally just walked off the fucking thing here? Like, it was in this category, too. So if I could just get an OX, that would make me feel a lot better about myself. Okay, have fun eating, bruv. Alright, if I don't fuck up now, get OX. Cool, nice. That's actually not actually a terrible run this time. That's like that's played the closest to some of best since like I started grinding this category. Like that's actually.
You idiot. No.
I'm obviously not done. I mean, look how plus I was. Like, I'm not done. I will get OX, not OX, I will get 40. I'm gonna be done after 40, unless more stuff gets found, but yeah, no, like, I'm gonna get 40, but that is nice that I actually have that now. I played, 54 seconds off the sum of best. Yeah, 54. Which isn't bad, but it's not, like, amazing. I mean, obviously... Ah, fuck, I got... that sucks. I got rubbered at 1 frames here. In fact, the run doesn't start sucking until Dennis 2, and even then, it's, like, fine. This is when it starts sucking, and then this got even worse. What the hell happened here? I can't even remember. Well, something happened anyway. So basically, what we're kind of looking at now, because I need a 9-second PB, what I'm looking for. Ideally, I don't have to get this. Ideally, I can miss this, and then I'll just, like, not fuck this up, and then it should be, like, a 40, like, 55 or something. Ideally. And then I'll be done. I'll actually be done with the category after that. But yeah, not a bad run overall. Definitely the best one I've had. Thank you for the GGs, by the way. That feels good. Let me put in news. Took a fucking while, though. My other PB was from the fucking 12th. And before that, my last one was the 22nd of August, because that was before I went on vacation. I've actually PB'd a lot in this category. 42.53, 42.18, 41.51, 41.37, 41.28, 41.21, and now 41.08. I've seen Twitter memes of people, like, replacing, like, the audio with, like, AI voice, and some of them are actually kind of funny. And they'll just have, like, an image of the character in the corner, which for some reason makes it even funnier. Alright, one last stretch. Well, I could PB multiple times before getting 40, but, like, there's only 9 seconds now. So I can only fuck up, like, I can only PB so little so many times. I could even get it a stream. I could get it in like 10 years from now. Who knows? Or I could only get it once more discoveries get made. I'd really rather not add the Now That I'm End time save. That shit saves like a second or something. And at that point, you really just want to get out of Now That I'm End because it takes a lot to get out of Rub-a-Dub 2. So you just really want to, you know, get a run. But yeah, I'm gonna go piss. Have SpongeBob second season here stuck in my fucking thing. SpongeBob second season, and I will be right back.
SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants, second season, SpongeBob second season, SpongeBob second season, now on DVD, complete second season, are you ready? Are you ready? SpongeBob second season, all your favorites, this October, SpongeBob second season, it's got special features, yeah, it's got special features, SpongeBob second season, that's SpongeBob second season.
So catch the dance fever and look for the complete second season of SpongeBob SquarePants DVD box set, available October 2004. And of course, the complete first season of SpongeBob SquarePants DVD box set is in stores too.
Can you hear me now?
What now?
Which one do you say, Honey Pop or Hooney Pop? I need to know. God damn it. What's up with my splits this time, Brev?
Welcome.
I can't tell if that's you saying that that's how you say it, Sky, or if that's you saying that you don't like when people say it like that. That's how Nova says it.
Welcome.
Tootsie Pop. Fucking gay ass.
Never fear, good citizens of Bikini Bottom. The manager is here.
Alright, I need to remember to, like, highlight that at the end of the stream and to rank my splits.
Another day in the life of a manager.
Regular conversation about Paul. I don't either.
It's a short slide from manager to, well, not manager. Cleanliness is next to managerliness. Cleanliness is next to managerliness.
Hey.
I have, like, hentai puzzle games. Because they're, like, really cheap on Steam. I have, like, a whole bunch of them. I have, like, 7 of them or something. Well, yeah, I think it's just about getting, having sex with the girls or whatever, right? I assume you have sex with them. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? Anyway, because I started stream late, I have like an hour 10 left or something, but again, I might decide to play a hack later, who knows. I can't just play one like every stream, but, you know. You're mega sus, Saipai. The fact he said :3 to Tootsie Pop.
SpongeBob.
In some states, that would you receive the death penalty. Yeah, some of the hacks I had, I think Pit of 100 Trials would be really long. I assume Get the Crown, Save the Town, and Mr. Krabs would be kind of long. It just sounds like it'd be long, I don't know. It sounds like either it's a custom thing or it's like a unique, like, Gesk thing, like new sliding challenge or new, maybe platforming level. Sounds like it'd be kind of long. Yeah, I remember, yeah, they're continuing it today, aren't they, at 10:30 my time. It's currently 8:57 for reference. I'm not going to be streaming while they're streaming, because obviously it's like, you know, people will want to see the hacks, so why would I stream while they're streaming the hacks? But yeah, no, I don't plan to have a stream go to that long. Isn't this the first time they've had to, like, split it into 2 streams? Yeah, it's like 14. Pretty insane. I mean, obviously, really respect whoever was able to submit a challenge. And I guess, it makes me hopeful for, like, the next challenges. I'm not expecting the next one to also get 14, but I'm just hoping it won't be, like, 4, you know what I mean? Yeah, Chad was talking to me about it. He was like, oh, at first we were worried that, like, parkour was, like, a bad idea because a lot of people were like, oh, I don't know what to make for that. I might sit this one out, but then it literally turned into 14. So, it's like a Christmas miracle or something, bro, even though it's September, but ignore that.
It's going up. There's the edge of town.
Yeah. I was just trying to think what trick. There's a trick in speedrunning known as Christmas Miracle, and I couldn't remember what it was, but I actually remember it was in SM64 now, I remember.
Plankton.
14 days of mods would be crazy. There's like, if you, when you do like the shit in Hazy Maze Cave where like you know, pass some wall boundaries and stuff, and then you like land on like the switch that you normally need for Metal Cap. If you miss it, then the backup is to like line yourself up with the wall and do like a double jump kick. And there's also other way, like you can jump and then ground pound, you know. But the double jump kick thing is like the safest. I think either all of those methods or one of those methods is called Christmas Miracle because it's inconsistent, I think.
A new path.
Your mum is on my TikTok cock, how about that? She's on my Jolly Roger Bay. I'm exploring her dark world. I have heard the Jolly Ranchers are good. There's like a Jolly Ranchers slushy or some shit in Cardiff I haven't had it before. Of course there is. What's next? The Pibble Foundation body pillow? This is the 212. Been getting a lot of 212s recently, it's pretty nice. Okay, no there's not. Bro, I typed in Red Foundation on YouTube like a couple weeks ago and I couldn't find the channel. I wonder if he like deactivated or whatever. Wow. I can try now, hold on. Alright, you gotta give me a bit. I got as far as typing red. Hello, Mario Kart Gamer. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. I hope you had a good stream and stuff. And also having a good day. Thank you. Turning road. Thanks. Okay, Oh yeah, he is still around. In fact, he's still uploading the VODs. Almond croissant, what? Okay, I mean, that's kind of quirky. What's like the most popular upload of mine? Pibble Foundation stream, April 25th, 2023, has 51 views, and I have no idea why. Bro, you know what's funny? All of these thumbnails for the VODs are all like... No cheese, depression, sandwich driving, BBBH, like... That's what they all are.
Just roll with it, I always say.
Hello, Toasty. Good evening to you, too. What is up? Yeah. If I ever upload another one to YouTube, I'll probably do it again. I just don't know what I'd make of this time. Like, what would be in the background. I like how they're both like, just lies. One of them has me upgrading Bash, which is just, like, not fucking true. One of them has me, like, fake ringing, which is not true. And there's even a third one, which actually is true. It's, Invisible Crate. It's me in the middle of Invisible Crate. That one's legit. But now I gotta think of another one. Also, Sky... So you say that, right? But just way, it's gonna give you the rub-it-up skip treatment, where there's just days where it absolutely does not work. I think that one in particular is particularly toxic because of how long it takes to actually get there. It makes me wonder if there should be, like, a practice mod for it, but you'd have to make it, like, very exact, and it still wouldn't fully translate to how you do it in runs. This game is fucking bad. Hello, I ask stupid questions. I'm not going to read that message out loud. However, I will say, kill yourself.
Did Mindy bother to tell us if the train was still running around here? Well, that was different.
I had, like, a live thing a few days ago that was literally just, like... I said, like, I'm shrimply going to krill my shelf. Anyway, hello, Jay. What's up? Lena... You tabbed back into your demise.
You have to.
Yeah, no, I'll be fine. Thank you for the good luck. This category is AIDS, but I actually got a world record, like, I don't know, like 20 minutes ago, if that. I think this might be, like, the next attempt, even. It might be. The run was not bad, but it just, you know, I'm so close to 40, I basically gotta get 40. And the early game was amazing, but then the mid game and late game went so... I mean, the late game was okay. The mid game in particular was quite bad. Yes, Lena, it's been September for 18 days. It's kind of insane that it's already the 18th of September, though. But again, like, I mean, I've said that before, like, as you get older, like, time passes by quicker, and it's actually just, like... It passes by so fast, it almost feels like you're kind of losing, like, grip of your life sometimes, because, like, things just pass by too fast. Hello, Toba. Thank you for the good fucking luck. Well, hope your day's been swell. Shut up.
No barnacles.
This year has been really fast. It really has been. As bad as 2020 was for, like, a lot of people, I felt like 2020 went by pretty fast.
Super spin cycle.
Nice, Toba. I wouldn't have been able to do that personally. Although maybe your body just knows when to wake up now, because, like, you set the alarm so many times, maybe. Who knows? Like, I assume you have those days where... Okay, that was just stupid. Where even though, like, you have a day off, you still wake up, like, surprisingly early, because, like, your body is kind of used to that sort of thing. Let me see if anybody's commented on Red Foundation. No comments. Disclaimer, I am not Purple_Foundation. This is for TSSM history. I am not making money off these videos. The Goofy Goober Rock song is copyrighted. And there is too much sways, therefore no money can be made. You actually can make money if your shit's demonetized. But then it's based off of, like, click rate, which gives you, like, way less money. But also, like, this channel would not be suitable for, like... It wouldn't be eligible for, like, YouTube partnership anyway, so it doesn't... monetization, I mean, so it doesn't matter. I still don't know who Red Foundation is, yeah, I still don't know.
Adventure?
But he's still uploading my VODs, bro. Still doing it. Your body doesn't know shit. I guess that's fair. I mean, they must be pretty dedicated. They're uploading, like, all these VODs. Like, it's hard to say. Like... It's hard to say. But, I mean... I have no idea, that's the thing. There's never been a guy who's just like, hello, I'm Red Foundation. You know, like... And the way that this person's typing in the description, I can't think of anybody who types like that in my chat. There might be just a lurker, you know what I mean? They might be watching right now. Like, right now. Or they could just never watch the streams and they just really like to document something that they don't watch. I don't know. You don't know. You don't know what the motive is. Lena, you don't type like how they typed in the description. Oh my god, dude, you know what he does? He puts the stream titles in the description, like the original stream titles. Because on this April 25th one, he has at the bottom of the description it says, original title, I'm the joke / her baby. Like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, type in red_foundation. And then you'll find a guy who just, like, re-uploads all my VODs. I would imagine the past, like, 15 of them have just been me being like, I hate ETU, is so bad.
A manager is always prepared. A manager is always prepared.
Yeah, see, like, you do not type like that, Lena. That's exactly what I mean. No, I'm not mad about it. Like, it's literally free publicity. I mean, the views... none of the VODs really get any views, but, like, it's still, like... At best, it benefits me, and at worst, it does absolutely nothing. Fuck you, you fucking stupid fucking bitch. Lamau, get wrecked, son. Does BBG mean baby girl? Die. I mean, I stream for like 30 hours a week. I suppose I'd call that full-time. Unfortunately, I do not have massive honkers, so I do not actually make much money.
SpongeBob.
You wish I did. I'm sure you do, iPie. Okay, thank you for the... Thank you. Lena, I could not replicate that. Maybe if I were fat, then maybe I could. Probably either nothing or it makes them ill or something. But, like, they're probably designed so if men consume them, it doesn't do anything. I'd imagine they probably designed it like that. Like, it probably locates, like, the proper, like, organs and shit. And then if it can't find them, it just blows itself up, basically. Just, well, dissolves. Like, probably just doing as little as possible. Don't call it boy preggers, bro. Yeah, we're on a... That actually happens kind of a lot, getting, like, the 3 back-to-back, which is really strange. Seems to happen a surprising amount, even though it's 1 in 3 every time. Alright, well, this run is, pretty normal. Nah, look how close I am to 40, plus I missed guest jumps once, if I remember correctly. I can't just end up, you know, on this. I gotta keep going. When I get a 40, I can stop. But, like, that's gonna require a pretty good run, I think. But that was the entire point of this journey in the first place. Was to get really good times in every category. That was, like, the whole point. It's just that this took fucking way longer than I thought it was going to, and I'm still not done. I genuinely thought I would be done with this in, like, 3 streams at most. But, yeah, no, this is probably... This has to be Extensions' hottest category. Like, it's really... It's AIDS. Thank you for the GGs. It's just, like... You know, it's hard to, like... imagine finally being done with this category, but it will happen one day. And then I'm probably gonna do all world tokens, which is pretty different compared to this category. It has no sliding and driving, and it has quite a few lag clips, and it has BBBH backwards, which is pretty cool. It even has a cool guitar glide clip. It used to be toxic as hell, but we found a way to make it consistent, I think. I just forgot what it was, but I'll just relearn.
So much destruction.
I love Cars the movie. There'd be a lot of work. I mean, I assume the way that that would work is that the better you are, like, the better pay you get. We'd have, like, a ridiculous number of cheaters and potentially corrupt moderators. Mods probably get paid extra. It'd be really corrupt, but the game would be so fucking optimized, and... yeah, it'd be very strange. It'd be really optimized, we would have found, like, 1 billion more tricks and tech. And yeah, you know. How old is he again? I can't remember. He's gotta be pretty old now. He's 52. He's 52. So, yeah, basically... he's old as fuck. And I don't think he'd be good at any video games at that age, because, like, how could you be good at a video game at 52? The worst of all crimes. That is also true, iPie. The devs would have to run this game. Yeah, he was born in 1971. On June 28th. I did not know that his birthday was on the same month as mine. Thinking of changing birth months. My name Jeff. Bro, it's so funny looking through his, like, media replies, like... He'll just keep commenting on, like, libs of TikTok, and libs of TikTok would just say something that's literally just either massively exaggerated or not true at all, and then he's just, like, looking into this. And the community notes will be like, no, this isn't fucking true at all. And he's still, like, looking into this. This is shocking. Well, he doesn't even say this is shocking, he just says shocking. Like, he's really quick to the punch, you know, he's just like, just tells you how it is. I mean, shocking. Like, you can't bring your own input on anything, you literally just have to say shocking or concerning or whatever, like, you're just like a drone, can you just say something that isn't just like one word? Or 3 words in regards to looking into this. Introverts are actually people who watch the Super Mario 64 intro. Fun fact.
We're men.
Okay, well, I mean... You expect a 52-year-old to do that? Are you gonna do that when you're 52?
This hurts me.
Is Lena gonna do that when they're 52?
Power.
Shocking :3. What the fuck? That'd be insane.
Found one.
If we could just get him to do that once. We could just get him to :3 one time, so it can be screenshotted and shit around for all eternity. That's all I need. Just one time. I bet he probably has tweets where he just says, like, XD, but, like, I need :3. That's, like, so much better. Oh my god, I forgot he said that. I saw, like, a collection of images, and then, like, one was a cropped one of Biden saying, like, we're going to transition or something like that.
You have to.
Also, Lena, do you have TikTok?
Did Minnie bother to...
There's, like, a lot of compilations of, like, cat memes and stuff, like a whole, like, 2 minutes of them. And, it'd be easier to share them to you if you had TikTok. Okay, well, don't you want to see the cat videos? TikTok's feed is so, like, the algorithm is so insane that you could easily have it so, like, every other video on your feed is a bunch of cat stuff. Okay, do you want to explain why?
Nothing like a little man type stuff.
Okay, to be fair, that is like a quarter of TikTok.
Just roll with it, I always say.
Have you seen that Twitter account that's just like insane TikTok screenshots or whatever, and it'll just be like women, and like the captions will just be like, when I learned at the age of 22 that my boyfriend cheating on me with my dad was not normal, or something like that. This run sucks. I think Alina's making a joke.
Super spin cycle.
Honestly, I see a lot of TikToks just on Twitter, because, like, it'll just be people, like, just either reposting, like, memes or just making fun of somebody who made a TikTok. That is a Lechonk, if I do say so myself. Oh, that's just, like, an emote. That's just an emote. Like, it's just there. Like, it's just... I thought that was gonna be some random Poke YouTubers, like, emote. I didn't realize it was, like, literally just an emote, and that was the end of it. I don't go on Instagram. Instagram is basically just for, like, white girls just posting, like, photography pictures. That's basically it. Like, that's literally what it is. Okay, if that's not what it is, tell me what it is then, alright? Because that's all I see when I go on there. What the hell is that?
Hey, this is great. You really gotta try it.
I do like Lechonk. I had him on my Violet team. Like, I remember, like, Twitter blew up because his name was literally fucking Lechonk. Like, you actually cannot make that up. Like, that had to have been on purpose. His name is Lechonk. That's so funny. And he's just, like, a really generic, like, early normal type like the rest of them, but I just couldn't help it. I had to put him on my team. I don't think that worked, but we'll see. Me when I stub my toe. I don't think that's you when you stub your toe. And then that's you when something gets stubbed into you, yes, but not a toe. I didn't word that correctly. Created by Steven Hillenberg. Lechonk. Lechonk. Why do fucking YouTube notifications go away?
Welcome.
I just want you to know that of the past, like, 5 YouTube notifications I've gotten, the second to last one has uploaded a video and the word femboy is in it. But I'm not going to tell you what video it is, because I want you to suffer for all eternity not knowing what video it is.
Day in the life of a manager. Boing. It's a short slide from manager to, well, not
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
nothing like a little man type stuff. A manager is
I'm not a
always
femboy.
prepared.
Well, have you seen this guy? He has, like, longer hair than average. He's, like, a femboy. Yeah, that makes sense. Doesn't act feminine, like, literally at all. Just long hair. That's the end of it.
I'm always set.
You guys should watch. You guys should click on a metal Jesus Rocks video and see how long his hair is, and tell me if he's a femboy. His hair's quite a lot longer than mine. He is not... How the fuck... Dude. He's like fucking like 40, 50. And he has a beard and everything. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I bet you don't even know who he is. Would a femboy own 161 Atari 2600 games? As his newest video suggests. What femboy would own Atari games? What? That's fucking boomers who just like back in my day we had the good games and it's just games that are just like so just graphically just like non-existent that like you just have to use your imagination to even fucking try and visualize anything that's going on the screen. And I don't know if this is a hot take, but I honestly think that like, you know, until you get to, like, the SNES, like, the vast majority of games are just, like, not good today from, like, before the SNES, because, like, they're so graphically just whatever, and a lot of those types of games are based off arcade games as well, that they're just, like, fucking bad, and there's only, like, some NES games that, you know, like, obviously you gotta get Mario Bros. And Zelda and fucking, like, Mega Man and shit, but I feel like the vast majority of, like, NES stuff and prior is just, like, fucking just complete trash. But I feel like the SNES, like, really, really holds up in some regard. Obviously, you still got some shovelware stupid stuff, but, you know, I feel like that's when, like, games, you can actually see what the hell is going on the screen. So I feel like that's when, like, gaming really started to, like, get good. Yeah, and it's still got some pretty good games, I feel like. Some games that people really enjoy, like A Link to the Past and Super Mario World. And people still like Super Mario Kart, which I don't really care for it that much, but you know, it's not expensive, and like you're appreciating history, and you can. It's fun to see, you know, the origins of Mario Kart, I guess, you know. I would argue that gaming peaked PS2, GameCube, Xbox era because there's a lot of shovelware, but like that's when games were finally powerful enough to where like they could really, you know, a lot of obviously there was still a lot of limitations, but like that was when like I feel like limitations were at their lowest at that point in time. And then when you get to, like, the 360 and PS3 era, like, half the fucking games are just, like, pow-pow shooty games that try to, like, look realistic, so they look disgusting today, because, like, realistic-looking games from back then just all look bad. But I feel like, you know, PS2, GameCube, Xbox, like, that's when, because, like, platformers are still really popular and stuff, and, like, I feel like that's really when they started to, like, you know, really, again, like, not be held back as much by limitations. And obviously, it's not just that. I also feel like, you know, there's a lot of racing games and RPGs and stuff that really been able to, that can really, you know, go into full swing now. Especially with how stupidly powerful the Xbox was, and how, and as for the PS2, just like how, well, just how good the PS2 was in general, just like how reliable was the code for, and obviously because it had such a massive player base, like you could not guarantee the game would do well, but obviously it was reassuring. And the first party Nintendo games go really hard. Really hard. They're so special. Whereas I feel like a lot of N64 games have not really aged that well. Because of, like, severe limitations. And, you know, questionable design choices and stuff, like... Or again, like, massive limitations, like, Donkey Kong 64 needing the expansion pack and also being like the laggiest fucking game ever. Same with Conker. Conker was cool, but like obviously like it was not really. It shouldn't have been made for N64. I mean, Jesus. And you also get other enormous games as well, like Banjo-Tooie. I agree, Toasty, but honestly, like, I don't feel like that's a huge deal in the long term because there's still, like, loads of good stuff. And even the shovelware stuff, like, these days it goes for really cheap because the PS4 just sold so well and so many games sold so many copies. Like,
SpongeBob.
if you go to look for a lot of shovelware now, it'd be really cheap. Which is an indication that it's either not worth your time, or maybe you'll buy it because you feel like you might be able to get $1's worth out of it, or whatever. How much you got it for? Yeah, the N64 couldn't really afford shovelware. Yeah, you're right. Or it couldn't, you know. Well, how expensive the cartridges were as well. Like some companies just didn't want to bother anyway. But again, I just feel like I feel like the shovelware thing is fine because like. You can still have a good console even if it's littered with The DS was littered with it too, and so was the Wii. But I still would call them good consoles. And again, you generally know what shovelware these days anyway because of how cheap like those types of games are. Dude, I'm kind of hungry, but I got another like 30 minutes. 3D was, like, rough at first. Like, N64, PS1, like, for some games it was just pretty rough. But I feel like, again, like, the next generation after that is when they really started to, like, refine shit. I don't know. Like, 360 was, like, awesome. PS3, like, it was still cool. Like, it was really cool to see, like, how it advanced. But, I don't know, just, like, obviously I'm not as nostalgic for it. Like, that's just expected. But also... You know, that's when, like, platformers, like, really fucking fell off. In favor of games that just don't look good today and run like shit. Because they try to be, like, massive and realistic. Of course, though, you gotta pay tribute to GTA 5, which released on PS3 and 360. I mean, that was, like... When it came out, everybody was, like... Thought that was, like, the greatest thing ever. And they thought it was like, oh my god, the game, like, looks so good. Obviously, by today's standards on 360 and PS3, it looks bad. But, not for those consoles, but just, like, by today's standards. But, obviously, like... Back then, it was, like, magical, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'll eat, maybe some cereal or something, I really don't know. Yeah, the PS1 is really charming. It has extremely unique, specific graphics to it. But honestly, like, it's hard for me to be super nostalgic for a console that I not only didn't have when I was a kid, but also because of the PAL region, I don't even want to rebuy any of those games anyway. Except for, like, I want to rebuy Digimon, but that game's expensive. It's like fucking 40 quid. When GTA 5 came out, I was, 12. It actually came out 10 years ago, yesterday or the day before. Well, yeah, also, again, yeah, like, there was just so many games trying to make things, like, realistic that look bad now. Just a lot of, like, grainy games as well, like, you know, war-based games and stuff like that. Which just makes the console as a whole feel a bit more depressing compared to the fun of, like, the previous generation, I guess. But luckily, the Wii had me covered there, at least. Galaxy and Galaxy 2 are beautiful games. Really nice and colorful. Like, obviously, it's a bit, like, grainy and stuff, but, like, not grainy, that's probably not the right word. It's a bit image is a bit soft, but obviously, like, it's still, I mean, it's amazing for Wii standards, like, holy shit. I need a Galaxy game, like, with modern hardware. It looks so good. And also, I just want another Galaxy game. I mean, those games are very, very good. Just want a third one. I don't think they're gonna make a third one, though. I think Nintendo really, they like to move on sometimes. I could see, like, a Galaxy, like, 1 and or 2 remake. Well, not or 2, but, like, 1 or 1 and 2 remake at some point. But, you know. I don't think that'll be for a while. They're already remaking a bunch of other shit. I think the next massive Mario game will release, like, launch with the next console, because that just makes it. They did it with Zelda, now it's Mario's turn, you know, it just makes sense. How else are you gonna get people to get onto the console? You gotta give them the goods, as it were.
It's going up. There's the edge of town.
Man, I almost got 211 again. Wii games are somehow charming, but I thought they looked terrible when the console came out. At that point, I was used to composite cable consoles, so I didn't think it looked bad. I thought it looked like GameCube, but a tiny bit better. If I remember correctly, the Wii is just like I think it's like a slightly more powerful GameCube. Like, components-wise. Which means that Nintendo really saved a lot of money on fucking hardware. The Wii was, like, really cool. Like, the fact that you could play GameCube games, like... Okay, so it's smaller than a GameCube, and it's cheaper to get higher resolutions out of the Wii compared to the GameCube. It's really easily moddable. Like, really easily moddable. And it has the entire Wii library on it, as well as the GameCube library. And it has a bunch of really fun, cool apps to play around with when you're younger, like the Photos app and the Mii Maker channel is, like, awesome as a kid. It's, like, the most fun thing ever. So, yeah, and it does all that while being smaller and more compact and shit. Like, that's impressive. With a controller that's quite easy to understand and is harder for children to break. Because the Wii doesn't have the Wii controller doesn't have a analog stick. It's just harder to break it, you know. Yeah, I think they sold around the same amount of consoles as the Xbox, and keep in mind, that was Microsoft's first fucking console, and it retailed for a really high price, and it was aimed at more mature audiences, and they wouldn't have as many first-party games or whatever, and they still roughly did as well as Nintendo, which is, like, really embarrassing when you think about it. You're gay. I'm gonna go for that strat that I dropped. Saves like a 1.5. That's like the only way I'm continuing this. Oh shit, I actually got it as well. I dropped it because okay, well I just negated the time loss, so... That strat saves 1.5, a ledge grab loses 1.5. Honestly, right, the only reason why I still even use my GameCube is literally just for the GBA player, because that is something the Wii does not have. I mean, obviously you can emulate, but, like, the emulation's not great on GBA for Wii. And also, it's just not the same, it's not as cool.
Welcome.
And the GameCube can output, like, higher resolutions, I think, but you have to spend, like, way more money for it.
Good citizens of Bikini Bottom. The manager
Whereas, like, with the, like, Wii component cables, you can get them for, like, $25 or some shit, so it's literally, like,
adventure.
you know.
Just another day in the life of a manager.
Yeah, I have that. I have two, as a matter of fact.
Slide from manager to, well, not manager.
And let me tell you something,
Manager is
right?
always prepared.
It makes consoles way more replayable. why did I say consoles? It makes GBA games way more replayable. Like, I started a Pokemon Emerald playthrough, I think it was Emerald, like, pretty much just because... like, I was able to play on the big screen. And I didn't even use, like, you know, like, the mods to, like, make it a much higher, like, resolution? I didn't even use that, and I still had a really good time. It still looks, like, good. Because you don't have her on, like, a tiny screen, like, just, looking down at it like this. You have her on a big TV with a nice controller. It just, like, makes it so much more fun to play GBA games. Wario Land 4. I have, like, some Wario game on Game Boy. I don't know which one it is. The portability was a big part of the GBA, but, like, Pokemon, I just want to play Pokemon on the big TV. So... you can get, like, SNES to GameCube controller adapters, so you can, like, use a really good D-pad there. And, like, I'm just gonna say now, I do care about the GBA, and I've put ridiculous amount of hours into it. As a matter of fact, I have 4 modded GBAs, and they were all really expensive. Like, modded GBAs go for, like, 140 to 150 pound each, and I got 4 of them. I clearly care about GBAs. But I have, like... that didn't get me to, like, play... games that much. It did get me to play games more often, but what actually got me to play games more was the GameCube. Because... and that was also really expensive. Although it was cheaper than 4 GBAs. It's just so nice to have, like, it just makes me want to play games. It makes me want to try them on a TV. I have the light. I've never used it. I got it in, like, an auction thing, a bid on eBay. Basically, when my brother was younger, he had, a black GBA. So, for Christmas, I think it was, I got him a black GBA. I won it in a bid, and I got it for, like, I got it for around the same price as other GBAs, but it came with a bunch of accessories that I kept. It came with a carrying case, which I still use to store my GBAs today. It came with, like, GBA headphones, a light, like, a link cable for 4 players. Like, it was pretty cool. And it came with a game, with a plastic case thing for it, too. Protector. Damn, they finally made 46,000 videos, so now they're finally starting to get people's recommended again. Also, if this run gets far, as in, like, now that we're men, then it's definitely gonna be my last run. But otherwise, we'll see where it goes. I mean, obviously, if it dies in, like, 3 minutes, then obviously, like, gonna keep going for a little bit. If I want to hit 6 hours, I gotta stream until, like, 10:05 or some shit. So, yeah. And then I'll probably have, like, you know, I'll probably be finishing up a run and then being like, oh, I'll be live tomorrow, you know, all that stuff. Thank you for watching. So, yeah. Watch Mojo literally has, like, thousands of videos at this point. They literally upload, like, 5 times a day. And they've been doing that for the longest time. And they have all those other, like, language videos as well. Like, they literally have to have, like, thousands of videos. If there are 365 days in a year and they upload, like, 5 fucking videos a day, then that is, like, over 1,000 a year. So, yeah, like, even just from that channel alone. Even with some days off, it's still over 1,000 a year pretty easily, so... Yeah. It was funny. Do you guys remember, like, 2016 with, like, the commentary YouTubers? You know, kind of like low effort, CSGO gameplay in the background type shit, making fun of children? People, obviously, they got accused of being lazy. They'd upload, like, one video a day, or maybe one every other day, but generally, they would upload, like, 5 to 6 times a week. Watch Mojo uploads 5 fucking videos a day. How the fuck is it even possible to make 5 videos a day? I genuinely... They have to have 5 different people working on them or something, but how can you hire that many people when all the videos get, like, 40K? It doesn't make any sense. Zero bitches. Yeah. Bad game. For bad people like me. I guess I can't complain too much. I got a 20-second PB. But now we're finally getting into, like, the final stretch of, like, the AIDS of this game. This category is going to be the most AIDS it's ever been, because now I can make even less mistakes. Like, those runs where it's like, oh yeah, this run is bad, but I could, like, theoretically still maybe get it, you know, because when I'm in, like, SCDA, I say stuff like that. No more of that anymore. None of that. So, yeah. I can't really... I'm at a point now where I can only make, like... Obviously, it depends on like, the gravity of the mistakes, but... Generally, like, let's say, like, a mistake is the equivalent of missing a token frame. I feel like, at this point, I can only miss, like, 2 anymore. I mean, commentary YouTubers aren't the absolute face of YouTube anymore. So it's, like, different. And also, it's different in the sense that, like, you can't get away with saying as much shit as you used to. You can't just bully little fucking children anymore and tell them to kill themselves. They didn't literally do that. But you can't just, like, make dedicated, like, fucking 15-minute... Not even 15, 10-minute, 5-second long videos fucking making fun of children. I've literally never heard of that person. 2016 was just, like, the face of it was reaction channels and commentary YouTubers. And you know, that's not really, like, I don't consider those people the face of YouTube anymore. They are still a part of YouTube, but they are definitely not, like, the main fucking, like, the main source of, like, what the content that people watch on YouTube, I feel like. I mean, you still have people that are, obviously... that are just commentary YouTubers, basically, like fucking Moist Critical or whatever. But he doesn't bully children. But, like, you know, like, content these days, even if some of it is cringe, like, generally has more effort put into it, and that's, like, the distinction. Like, there's some cringe content, but because everybody has, like, non-existent attention spans, you have to, like, have, like, hyper editing in the video. You gotta have something on the screen every 2 seconds. Which even though it's cringe, it's still, like, objectively way more effort than what people were making before. Even if it's still cringe. Well, yeah, well, that was more in the sense of, like, people just, like, having, you know, people's attention spans aren't completely gone, but yeah, when it comes to the short-form content, it is just much better, like, much more, like, highly edited, you know? Those big videos are for, like, background noise, like, the short videos are for people who, like, watch TikToks. If your video is, like, highly edited enough, it can do that. It can be, you know... Which isn't exactly... You know, it's hard to, like... For me to shit on these creators entirely. Because even if some of the content is cringe, it still takes a lot of effort, and I'd still, like, you know, it's better than just some, like, generic fucking, like, 9-to-5 job, you know what I mean? It's still cool that you're making something that people can enjoy, but I more so view it from the angle of it's not for me, you know? Like, I think, like, the only person I watch who makes, like, super highly edited videos is, Mr. Beast, and that's honestly just to see, like, what kind of fucking crazy thing he's got this time, like, he likes, as of recent, he really likes to blow up cars, and I just kind of want to see, like, how expensive is this shit? Is more the curiosity of how expensive is it? Because, like, my god, he buys a lot of shit, you know what I mean?
So much destruction.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, Mira. I never really watched Turkey Tom. I feel like when you make a lot of videos, just being like, you know, because there's a lot of YouTubers where it's literally just like, this person is bad. You know, there are entire channels where like their entire purpose is to talk about people being bad people, like, and because you're making them so often, like, if you eventually like make a fucky wucky, I feel like people are more forgiving, because it's like, ah, well, you know, false accusations once, but he, you know, he's made me realize that like 80 people are bad or whatever, so I forgive him. You know, it's just kind of move on, just don't care. I'm 12 inches, like a boss. Turkey Tom. Well, okay, more specifically, channels whose entire purpose is literally just like, this YouTuber's a bad person, and let me make a 20-minute video on them. Because you know what's funny about those channels? If people weren't bad people, they wouldn't have a career, so, like, they literally need people to be shitty to, like, have a career. Which is just kind of funny. So, like, in that sense, like, they kind of need, like, they probably don't say this to themselves, but, like, they probably kind of subconsciously hope that, like, people do bad things because, or else they can't put food on the plate, you know? Or the table, or whatever the saying is. Like, they can't make a video then. I guess it's kind of like news channels on TV. Like, they only really work because, like, people are bad and will do bad things. Like, they thrive really hard on, like, the queen dying, or, you know, some shooting, or some fucking terrorist threat of some kind, or anything like that, you know what I mean? I don't really know, Mira. I mean, there was like a tiny bit of drama recently. Jacksepticeye and Mr. Beast. It didn't even last 24 hours, but Jacksepticeye criticized Mr. Beast. But honestly, I feel like that was a situation where they were both kind of in the wrong. Jacksepticeye was like, Mr. Beast has like turned YouTube into a business. And, he doesn't make, like, long-form content, it's just for, like, people with, like, TikTok brain. And, you know, it's just, like, regurgitating, basically. And what Mr. Beast basically said is, well, yeah, no fucking wonder you can upload long videos, Jack. You literally make Let's Plays. Like, it's really easy for you to do that. Like, what the fuck are you on about? But he's still fucked up, because he said he'd be the bigger man. But if you call yourself the bigger man, you're just automatically not the bigger man. So it's, like... And also, like... I don't think Mr. Beast has made YouTube worse, but I think his clones have made YouTube worse. But obviously, like... Because he's found, like, the formula to make YouTube work. And, like, everybody's, like, copying the formula, whether successfully or not. Like, there's a lot of people try to copy his formula. So, like, you can blame him in the sense of, like, yeah, he found the formula. But at the same time, it's like... I don't know, I mean, he spent, like, most hours of his days when he was younger, like, just, like, trying to crack an algorithm. I'm not really gonna shit on him for that. The thing is, to get to where he was, like, again, like, I mean, he'd always tell stories about, like, he just wouldn't go to school, and he literally just, like, research YouTube videos and thumbnails all day, just trying to figure out, like, what actually works. Which I think is, like, pretty insane. Like, he took, like, such a massive gamble, and it actually paid off. I have no idea. But, like, I don't really criticize him, because, like... Okay, so people rip on billionaires and millionaires, right? They rip on him because he's rich, and, oh, if he really cares about giving money to the poor, he'll donate all the money to a charity. Okay, so here's why that argument doesn't work, right? If Mr. Beast gives all of his money away to charity, let's say it's like 100 mil, let's just say he gives, I mean, he probably doesn't have 100 mil, but let's just say he gives 100 mil to charity, right? Okay, so he gave 100 mil to charity, and now he's poor as fuck. But, if he gives away... If he uploads a video, makes money from it, gives people money, uploads a video about it, makes money, then he can make 100 videos and then give people $100 million worth of stuff by the 100th video, you know what I mean? While also putting... Because he has a team, putting loads of people in jobs who would otherwise have shitty jobs, and they get paid and treated really well. Like, I'm just saying, right? Like, I don't really get, like... Like, I genuinely cannot understand, like, the people who, like... Again, like, they rip on him for, like, being rich and, like, oh, you wouldn't actually record videos if you cared, but it's literally, like, he's doing basically exactly what he should be doing. Because of these videos, he's able to give more people money. So if he does what you want him to do now, then he can do it, but then he'll have no money left. Whereas if he keeps making these videos, he can give more people more money over a longer period of time. That's objectively better. I genuinely cannot understand how people do not get that. Because I would not consider myself smart, and I feel like that, like, it's just, like, obvious to me. Like... I would rather him, like, give more money overall to people. He's, like, the least corrupt rich guy I've ever seen, and people still find something to rip on him for. Like, fucking hell. Like, he's just genuinely making the world a better place. Like, I genuinely, like... The app didn't work properly, and it fucked over a lot of people, yeah, but that's, like... You know... Well, yeah, that's all I can really say. Like, it was fucking... It was badly made. That was definitely a fuck-up.
It's going up. There's the edge of town.
Plankton is
Are you saying I give a counterpoint? Because I did not give a counterpoint.
Mom always said.
This is my last run, by the way. It's been 6 hours. Yeah, pretty much Toasty. Like, I think he's just a guy who, like... I think it's a mix of, like... like they'll see his videos, like they'll see his videos, and they'll just see like, I don't know, like I got this guy a Lamborghini or whatever, and they're just like, damn, this guy's wasting his money, like you should, you know, which makes sense initially, but I'm just saying, like, if he has to be rich, he's like the nicest rich guy I've seen personally. And he's basically, I mean, he's doing what people say that the rich should do, which is give money away. He's not doing it to make, like, as in, like, making himself poor in the end, but he's still, like, giving all of it, he gives a lot of it away, and then makes it back through YouTube and merch, and then gives it all away again. Obviously, he's not gonna make himself poor, like, nobody would do that if they had that money, then no one would do that. You wouldn't do that, so don't act like you would. No one would do that. So, he's doing basically the best thing, because then he's able to maximize how much money he gives to people. I love that clip where he's, like, reading the dictionary, and he literally just, like... And he just says the F slur, like, it's so funny. Anyway, I don't know why I reset the game, because I'm offline now. Okay, so the conclusion... I played like shit, except for that run I got earlier, the world record. That was actually, like... I don't know if I want to go as far as to call it a good run, but it's definitely my best run so far. I definitely call it, like, pretty decent. So but other than that, I played like shit, but for that run, like, yeah, it was pretty decent, you know? Now it's gonna be, like, a really awful stretch to just try and get a 40. It's gonna be AIDS, but... as you've seen from the past, like, few weeks worth of streams, like, I'm clearly dedicated enough to do it. It's just a matter of how long, you know? So, yeah, that is the end of today's stream. Thank you for watching. I will be live tomorrow, unless I die or something. I plan to take either Wednesday or Thursday off. I'm planning on... I know I'm going out on either Wednesday or Thursday, but I don't know which day it is. It just depends on which one has, like, the best weather, basically. So yeah, one of those days I'm taking off. Thank you, and goodbye.